Hey, what's up musers? This is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And I have a really exciting video tutorial for you today. I'm going to go over the new update to the Ultimate Video widget. It is now Ultimate Video 2.0. So if I scroll down here, here we have the updates. There's a new widget interface, there's a new widget setup, there's a new widget cover. So up here, there's a new widget cover. And it's also in the widget in Adobe Muse. Videos are now added by assigning a graphic style name to a rectangle. This allows the video to inherit the responsive options in Adobe Muse, and I'll be going over that in this video tutorial. The full screen video is now centered. There's the ability to disable the full screen video at a specific breakpoint. Instructions are included within the widget for easy reference on how to use the widget. There's the abbreviated widget names for easier access when searching in the library panel. So the abbreviation is UVW, which stands for Ultimate Video Widget. And the issue with the widgets getting taller in height on Windows computers has been fixed, and there's updated code within the widget. So these are the updates, and I'm going to go over all of that in this video tutorial. So to access this widget, you simply go to museforyoushop.com, and here you can click on the pop-up, and here you can click subscribe to get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. Or if you'd like to subscribe with PayPal, you can click here and subscribe with PayPal. And the Ultimate Video Widget 2.0 is right here. And here you can click add to cart to purchase individually, or again, you can get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. And here are some more features that are included within the widget. And also, if you wanted to see the Muse Morph widget, it's now on its own separate page. It is a standalone widget, and you can check that out here by clicking on Muse Morph. So I'll go ahead and jump right into the video tutorial. So the first thing I want to show is the new way of adding video with the Ultimate Video widget. So here I'm going to go into the library panel. I'm going to type in UVW, and if you don't see the library panel, you can go to Window and click on Library. So here I typed in UVW, which is short for Ultimate Video Widget, and here are all the widgets for the Ultimate Video widget. So there's the full screen, so there's two widgets that come in the widget folder. There's the full screen and just the Ultimate Video widget, so you can either add full screen or just custom sized videos. So for this first one, I'm going to add the ad first, because you'll want to add the ad first before beginning. So here I'll place it at the top of my Adobe Muse website. And we see here we have add first on scroll, and that's only if you're going to use the video on scroll, and I'll go over that as well in this video tutorial. And so after I've added the ad first, I want to add the UVW video, and I'll place it right there. So as we can see now, it's only a widget. So what we need to do is create a rectangle and assign this graphic style name video1 to the rectangle, and we actually want to fill the rectangle with the video poster image. So I'll go into Adobe Muse, I'll create a rectangle, I'll hold down shift and create a rectangle, and here I'll go to fill, add image, and I'll go to a video folder here, and here I have a poster image. So we want to fill the rectangle with the poster image, so on devices that don't play videos automatically, the poster image will show instead, and we can position it however we'd like. However we'd like the poster image to show within the rectangle, we can do that here in Adobe Muse. So now that it has the fill, we want to give this rectangle a graphic style name. So here I'll click on the rectangle, I'll go to graphic styles. If you don't see the graphic style panel, you can go to Window and click on Graphic Styles. Here I'll click on this icon that looks like a piece of paper, and it creates a new style, so I'll double click and I'll say Video 1 because that is the graphic style name here in the widget. So now if we preview, nothing's going to happen, we'll just see the image, and that's because we haven't seen we haven't added the video yet. We do see that it has a color overlay because there's an overlay color here in the widget options. So now that we've assigned the graphic style name to the image, we want to go into the widget and add an MP4 file, a .webm file, and a .ogv file. So I'll go ahead and add those here from the video, right in there, WebM and OGV. So here I wrote video requires a .mp4, .webm, and .ogv file to work on all browsers. .ogg and .ogv are kind of the same thing. So if you can convert it to .ogg, it's basically the same thing, but because it's video, it's .ogv, or I've written it here as .ogv. And here it says video will play locally in Google Chrome and Firefox, and will play on all browsers once it has been uploaded to a live server. So here I'll go to File, Preview Page, and Browser, and now we can see the video is playing. And what's great about having it now in the rectangle is that it is now inheriting the Adobe Muse responsive options. So if I resize the browser, we can see that the video, that rectangle is responsive and the video stays within the rectangle and it stays centered within the rectangle. And you could even move the video around within this rectangle within the widget options. If you go to options here, you can change the X and Y position. So if I set 100 and 100, it will move the video more to the right and down all the way to the bottom. So the very farthest corner of the video will be shown. So here I'll preview again, and it'll just be more to the right there. So you can position the video within the rectangle, which is really great. So as we can see, it now inherits the Adobe Muse properties. So a really cool thing you can do, or just something fun, if I copy and paste this a few times, I'll have to add 3 different videos, but we can have a really cool kind of like full width video banner, or with 3 different videos that are responsive. So I'll do something like this, and if we want to have the video go across the entire browser, we'll just click on the page expansion option here, and now if I preview this in the browser, these images will go across the entire browser and it's fully responsive, just like that. So there's 3 videos playing there at the same time, which is pretty cool. So I'll copy this again, and so we can have 3 different videos. I'd recommend, not adding a bunch of videos because it could kind of mess with the load time. But here I'll just change this to video 2, instance number 2, and then I'll just find some other videos here. So we'll do something like this, and like this, and like this. And then I'll change the poster image for this one. I'll assign the graphic style name video 2. And so now this video will be assigned to this here, and I'll change the poster image. So I'll say video 2 right there, and looks good. And then we'll do one more, and I'll say instance number 3 and video 3. And then I'll change the video in here, and let's find one with the poster image. All right, so we got this one here, and this one here, and this one here, and then I'll change the poster image here. I don't really like too much winter stuff, but that one had a poster image in there. There we go. So scale to fill, looks good. So I'll go to File, Preview Page, and one thing we didn't do, we didn't assign the graphic style name to this one. So we'll go in here and say video 3, and that should do it. So now I'll go to File, Preview Page, and Browser, and we have 3 different videos playing, just like that. This one here isn't playing, so let's take a look at that. Video 3, and File, Preview Page, and Browser. Oh, it's because I have, if you have too many videos playing in the tabs up here, it's kind of using up all of the browser resources, so it won't play all the videos at that time. I had like 8 tabs open with video, so I was using all of Google Chrome's resources. So there we have 3 videos. This one has the black bars, which I'm not crazy about, so I'll go ahead and give this graphic style name video 1, and just like that we have these 2 videos on the side and this video in the middle. Looks great. All right, awesome. So the next thing, this does work across breakpoints. So if I added different breakpoints, and that's one thing in the first version, oops, not that large. In the first version, the video kind of broke when you added breakpoints. With this version, as we can see, when I go across the different breakpoints, we kind of lose it there, but that's because it's loading. So so here I'll go to File, Preview Page, and Browser. And for some reason, it takes a moment to load on the lowest breakpoint there, but there it is. And then we go to the different breakpoints and it plays nicely. So sometimes on a breakpoint that's lower than 480, the video might not start automatically because it thinks it's on a lower device. So video on lower devices don't always play automatically. But there we have it. And usually someone's not looking on their browser like at a really low breakpoint like this. But here I can hit refresh and we can see the video plays really well. So there, it looks good, and it's loading, so it kind of breaks there. If you didn't want any load time when you're previewing locally, you could download a program like MAMP, like this one here, and then export it as HTML and then view it through MAMP. And I do have a video on that, so that it treats your computer like a local server, and the video gets processed very quickly. So I'll preview again, and there we have the video. So as we can see, it's a lot of fun, and it does inherit the Adobe Muse breakpoint, or the Adobe Muse responsive properties, which is a lot of fun there. So we can make the video any size we want very easily in Adobe Muse just by changing the size of these rectangles. All right, and just like that, we have larger video, and we can change it like that. So there we go, and we can see it changes because on these breakpoints, the rectangles are smaller, so it's actually changing size when I change breakpoints. So that's very fun there as well. All right, looks good. So I wanted to go over that feature in the new Ultimate Video widget 2.0. So again, just like the first one, you can add an overlay, so you can change the overlay. So if I say 0.8, it'll add more blue to it, and you can change any color here for the overlay. So I'll preview again, and then we can see there's a blue overlay over video 1 here. And if I wanted to add a mesh overlay, I could just go into the overlay options, select enable mesh overlay, and then go to patternify.com. And then once it loads here, I'll just select this pattern here, and we'll make it white for the pattern, just like that. And then I'll copy this this URL here, or this base64 code. I'll hit Command C to copy, and then I'll go back into the widget, and in the overlay options, I'll paste that base64 code in there. And then if I preview in the browser, we now have a mesh overlay over these two videos. So it's very customizable. You can now do quite a bit with the Ultimate Video widget because it does work with the rectangles in Adobe Muse, and it does inherit the resize option. So if I wanted responsive width and height, I could add that to all of these, and it'll change width and height as I resize the browser. So I'll go ahead and resize, and we can see there that it's changing width and height. So again, I'm using quite a bit of resources for the Ultimate Video, and it's loading here because we have quite a few videos there. So it is loading still. There we go. So here we can see it's changing width and height, which is very cool. Just like that. Looks good. All right, and I think that might be on another breakpoint, so we see that image in the background there. So there we go. So as we can see, we can do a lot with the rectangles, and it can inherit the Adobe Muse resize options here. You can stretch the browser width, say none, and responsive width or responsive width and height. So those are the updates there, and I will go over, so let me delete this video because I want to go over the on scroll option as well. So we'll have this video here, and I'll delete these two here, and I'll delete all of them, and I'll add the on scroll option. So I'll say UVW, and I'll say UVW add first on scroll, just like that, and then I'll say UVW video on scroll, and we don't have to assign graphic style names because we already assigned the graphic style name video 1 to this this image here, or this rectangle. So here I'll just add the videos. So we'll do something like this, and there we go. And here we have pause video on leave. So once the video goes off of the web browser, or off of the once it's not visible in the browser, it will stop playing the video. So I'll go to, we want to add some scroll space as well so we can see it scroll. So if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and let's make this a little bit wider, there we go. And once it's visible in the browser, it plays. Once it goes off, it pauses. So there it is, visible in the browser. We see it playing. Once it hits the bot or goes off the browser, it stops playing. Looks good. All right, perfect. So that's the video on scroll. You want to add the add first on scroll, and then the UVW video on scroll. And you can have multiple videos, and they'll pause on scroll as well. So just as a quick example, I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to show this example. So here we go, video, I think it was video, which one was it, video, okay, so we have this one here, yep, and then video 4, and then I'll copy and paste this, and we'll say video 2, yeah, video 2, instance number 2, and then let me go back in here, video 4, there we go, and OGG. And if you did need a video converter to convert to mp4.webm and .ogv, yeah, .mp4.webm and .ogv, I'm going to leave a link in the show more section below that'll take you to a link that will let you download Miro Video Converter. It's a great converter and you can download it for Windows and Mac. So I'll leave that in the description area below there. So here we've added, the video, and we just want to assign the graphic style name video 2 here, and we'll just change that because video 2 had that poster image. All right, so there we go, and I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and I'll scroll down. We see the video plays, pauses. Now this video plays and pauses there. So once it's visible in the browser, it plays, and once it goes off, it stops playing. There we go. And the great thing, it now loops in Chrome too when you're previewing locally, so that's a good thing there as well. But if it wasn't looping, it loops once it's on the live server as well. So there we go, looks good. So that's the Ultimate Video widget, and then I'll just quickly go over the full screen version as well. So I just remove the widgets there, and then I'll go into my library panel. I'll type in UVW, and then here I'll just do full screen video. With the full screen video, you don't need to add an ad first. You just need to add all the video files and the poster image, just like that. And for the poster image, it's PNG, so we'll change it to PNG. And then here we have this new breakpoint option, so you can disable it at a certain breakpoint. But let's see how this looks like in the browser. So there we go, we have the full screen video there, it looks great. And if we did want to disable it at a certain breakpoint, we would just click here, disable at breakpoint, and once it's less than 480, the video won't show. So there we go, it's going to show now because it started off playing, but if we click refresh, it doesn't show here on the 480 breakpoint, which is really great there. And the video is now centered for full screen, which is really great as well. So if we preview in the browser, we can see, well, let's refresh here. There's the video and it's fully centered, and even if I resize, it stays centered, which is great. All right, and then it just fits within the browser there. Looks good, and it is responsive in this sense. If I make the browser smaller like that, the video gets smaller as well. Okay, so that's the full screen video, and if you did want it on scroll, we could bring in the full screen video on scroll. And then for on scroll, it needs a trigger to play the video. So here I'll give this a trigger. I'll give the screen, make the screen rectangle a trigger. And then I'll go to graphic styles and I'll just give it the trigger name trigger1. Because in the widget options, we can see the graphic style name for video trigger is trigger1. So I'll preview in the browser. And I didn't add any video, so let's do that real quick. And let's add some video here. You know, I actually like the lighthouse video. That's a nice one. So we'll add some video here, 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 and here. All right, and PNG, and let's take a look. So there's a lighthouse video, and once this green rectangle goes off the screen, the video stops playing, but once it's visible, it plays again. And if we wanted to add more triggers, we'd just create another rectangle or any element. You could assign the trigger to any element, and I'll give it a different color. And then I want to go to the library, and I want to bring in the UVW on scroll trigger. And then we can see the graphic style name for video trigger is trigger2. And so I'll click on this element, this rectangle, give it a new graphic style name, and I'll say trigger2. So each new trigger requires a new graphic style name. So here we see it plays, it goes off, it plays once the blue comes in, and I'll make the blue lower so we can see that a little bit better. Just like that. So there's the green, it's playing, the green goes off, it stops playing, the blue comes in, it starts playing again. So you can have the video play when different elements come into the browser. So you could have a nice, maybe a tutorial sequence or a demonstration sequence where the video plays when different elements come into view there with the full screen. They come into view and the full screen background video starts to play. Okay, so I'll just show how to add the video one more time. So we'll go into the library panel, say UVW. We'll do the ad first. Then I'll do the UVW video. And I'll create a rectangle, and then I'll fill the rectangle with the poster image for the video. Just like that, I'll say scale to fill, position it in the center, and there we have it. And then I'll assign the graphic style name video 1 to this element, or we could, just for demonstration purposes, I'll just create another graphic style name. We'll say video 4, and then that graphic style name has to match this graphic style name, so I'll say video 4, and then we'll add the video to the widget, just like that. All right, and then we can add overlay options. We can change the options here: loop video, mute audio, volume, playback rate. We can make the video play faster. So if I say 3, it'll play 3 times as fast. We can change the position of the video within the rectangle, the X position and the Y position, and we can enable resizing so the video changes size if the browser width changes as well there. And here's more instructions of, I went over all of this in this video tutorial, but if you wanted more instructions on adding a video, here, number 1, create a rectangle. 2, fill rectangle with video poster image. 3, assign the graphic style name that is in the widget to the rectangle via the graphic styles panel. 4, add video to widget. Okay, and if you did want to add a mesh overlay, you click here and enable mesh overlay, and at patternify.com you could create the base64 code and add the base64 code in here. Just copy it from patternify.com. Once you create the base64, just copy this code here and paste it into the overlay option here, into this option here, the base64 code. Okay, so there we've added the video. I'll preview in the browser, and there's the video. Looks good, and it is responsive, so it's inheriting the resize options from Adobe Muse in here. So we can make it not be responsive width and height, or stretch to browser width. So let's look at it when it's responsive width and height. We can see that it gets bigger in width and height, and the video is still loading there. So there we go, responsive width and height. So the video gets smaller in width and height there. So I'll just make it responsive width there. All right, one more time. There we go. And let me close these tabs here so we're not using all those resources. So there is the video. That's the Ultimate Video Widget 2.0. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a fun way to add video to your Adobe Muse website. And as we can see, the video is playing faster because we made it 3 times as fast. So let's just change that here, and we'll say 1 there. Okay, and I'll preview again. And there it is. I'll close this tab here. So there it is, Ultimate Video Widget 2.0. So again, to get access to this widget, you simply go to museforyoushop.com. And here you can click on the pop-up, and here you can click subscribe to get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. Or if you'd like to subscribe with PayPal, you can click here and subscribe with PayPal. And here is the Ultimate Video Widget 2.0. And here you can click add to cart to purchase individually, or again, you can get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. If you did want to check out the Muse Morph widget, it's right up here. It's its own standalone widget on its own page now. So it is up here if you did want to take a look there. And I will be updating these images here because it has a new widget interface. But if you did want to read more about the Ultimate Video Widget, you could read it here. And right down here, here where it says website to convert your .mp4 videos to .webm and .ogg. If you click here on Miro Video Converter, you can download it for Windows, which is the .exe, or here we have Mac, and you can download the .dmg. So they have the latest 2.6, or this one here, I think is the latest, the one that says Miro Video Converter, and it has the dates there too, so you can check what the latest version is. It's a really great converter, and it's very easy to convert video. It's right in here, and you just choose a file. So I'll choose, let's say I wanted an MP4 file for the format. I can say video WebM HD, and then I would do OGG Theora for .webm and .ogg just to make sure that it plays in all browsers, and then I would add it to the widget in Adobe Muse. So that's it for this video tutorial. Again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. I will be adding this update video here so that you can check out the update. Yeah, that's it for this video tutorial. Again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. If you like this video tutorial, you can subscribe below. Also in the show more section below are links to other resources and links to museforyoushop.com. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Thank you.